Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, August 18th, and I'm Chris Allen here on the SAM channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. Well, that rain yesterday was something else. I'm telling you. Uh, we thought, well, maybe it's going to come, maybe it's not going to come. Then, if you watched this yesterday, you heard me talk about moving most of the rain chances to the afternoon and evening, and that's when it happened. And then we did get some. I mean, there was one storm that came through here. I was a bit surprised that it wasn't tagged as a severe thunderstorm warning because, I mean, I'm watching stuff fly by my house and my window, which this morning is all nice and clear and sunny here in Plano. That's the Plano cam that you're looking at live here at 7:03 a.m. on this 18th of August. Beautiful this morning. I mean, we got a good soaking rain yesterday, and it was going sideways. And for a time, there were a couple of those thunderstorm cells that were more like supercells, and they had some rotation with them. But of course, nothing came from that except just, I mean, a wind that was pretty incredible, a blinding rainfall, and thunder, lightning, not a lot of it. And then the winds, and there were even a few reports of hail. And then after that, we had numerous power outages in different places because of broken power lines and power poles and things like that. Like down Russellville Road, there was that was pretty incredible. It wasn't tornado. It wasn't a tornado. It was just the very, very strong winds. These storms were more, they would build up into those big cells and then collapse. And so, wet microburst, something like that is probably more likely what it was. And then you just got dumped on with the rainfall. And then others didn't hardly get anything, as you'll soon see with the mesonet numbers here in just a few minutes. So it was kind of a strange day yesterday. Here is a look at the radar, and we'll see if there's anything out there. No, the nearest precipitation is way over here in southeastern Kentucky this morning. Now, there's still the cold front that is in the area. It is just past Bowling Green, but as it curves back south of Bowling Green and then kind of over toward the land between the lakes, I think there's still an opportunity this afternoon for some showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon and evening hours, even here in Bowling Green and much of southern Kentucky. But otherwise, most of this rain is gone, and it's going to be just exactly what happened last week. If you'll recall, we had rain, then we had the cooler air come in and the less humid air, and then for days and days and days, it was dry. It felt good. Remember? It felt good. I was talking about how rare it is to have that kind of air in August, and we're going to do it again. We're going to do it again. Almost the same exact thing this week, this coming week, as you'll see by the numbers. Yeah. So there's that coming up. Even though things look nice and clear here this morning in Plano, I know there's some places that picked up the rain yesterday that's seeing a bit of fog this morning, so be aware of that. Otherwise, let's check some of those mesonet temperatures and rainfall numbers. Now, it does feel pretty good outside this morning, still a bit humid, but temperatures are more into the 60s, upper 60s, and that feels just a little bit better thanks to the cold front. Dew points are now more into the mid and upper 60s. And that's a relief in itself because the dew points have been in the 70s, and now they're starting to relax a little bit more. Now let's check rainfall past 24 hours. Okay, so and again, like if you were watching the other day when I was doing this demonstration about, if the rain hits one of these mesonet sensors, then you get a good recording. But you can get dumped on and not be near a sensor and it shows zero, even though you got rain at your house. Like up here in Grayson County, zero at the sensor, but in the eastern part of Grayson County, you guys got some rain, like over toward maybe Clarkson and closer to E-Town, so that can happen. But it's like, look at this, up toward the Corvette plant sensor rain gauge, 2/100ths of an inch of rain. That's not much. But then you go down to the sensor that's out at the Ag Expo Center and you get almost an inch. And I know we got over an inch here at my house in Plano. Had to be. I don't have a rain gauge. I probably should, but I know we got over that. Then you go down to the Scottsville area, Allen County, over an inch of rain there. And look at this. This is Franklin, Simpson County, an inch and a half plus. And then just various amounts of rain back here to the west. And on either side, just not much of anything at all. So there you go. Those are your rainfall amounts. Hit and miss because everything was very, cellular yesterday when they came through. But those of you that did get rain, it was impressive. And maybe even a little unnerving for a few minutes with the winds that were up around 60 miles per hour. And then we had some reports of hail with that as well. Okay, here is the model blender. And we've got a pretty normal, shall we say, week ahead for us. Maybe even below normal on temperatures, especially today, tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh, man, look at that. Thursday, upper 70s to low 80s every single day. And no rain in the forecast after today's small chance of getting a shower or thunderstorm. After that, it's going to be a very sunny, pleasant, less humid week. And then as the weekend approaches, we do see warmer temperatures and warmer temperatures into next week, which, by the way, is going to be the last week of August. And we'll be in the 90s. But as soon as we turn the calendar into September, it may take a week or two, but that's when we see the big change. The big change. So all of you have been wondering if these last 2 weeks of unseasonably cooler air in the middle of August is the big change, and it's not, because as you can see, we're going to have a few more warm days before we can say that we're making that change into September and some fall-like weather. All right, let's take a look at the maps this morning. And you can see that the cold front is just to the south of Bowling Green. Now, it's going to hang around long enough, I think, with still some available moisture to put up a shower or thunderstorm again this afternoon, but mainly along and east of 65. So if you live out the Cumberland Parkway corridor, the 6880 corridor, you're more likely to get rained on this afternoon. If you live over toward Dale Hollow, Lake Cumberland, Green River Lake, yeah. In fact, there it is. Leftovers behind the front as we get into the afternoon and early evening hours. Then it moves on. The pocket of moisture that's there will be carried away in the upper atmosphere. Here we go into early Monday morning with some patchy fog, I think, in a few places. Then we go into Monday afternoon, looking pretty good here. High pressure is going to dominate our weather for several days and just bring us a cooler, less humid, more refreshing atmosphere. That here we go into Wednesday, into Thursday. There is a little trough there, but it doesn't look like it's going to produce anything. The air will be just too dry for it to develop into anything. Here we go into Thursday, then Friday. Not much change here. Saturday doesn't look like it changes at all, which I don't know if that's correct or not. Okay. Let me go back. There is Thursday. Here's Friday. And there's Saturday. So looks like we're going to see some very, very nice weather for several days to come once we get past today. And then it's going to be just refreshing. But this afternoon, going to go with, I'm going with about 84 for a high temperature with that chance of a few thunderstorms this afternoon. And some of those could be a little hefty like they were yesterday. All right, in the chat box on this Sunday morning, let's see, Elizabeth, Chris, Jerry, Sherry, Gail and Rod, and Amy. Thank you all for chiming in this morning and for watching and being up to date on the weather. Of course, you can stay up to date anytime. Hopefully you downloaded the News40 Weather App, which you can do by scanning that QR code right there. And that's all you need for bulletins. Okay. Just understand that when we try to post every single warning and every single weather bulletin on social media, it just gets clogged and it just gets, we can't stay, when they start coming in rapid fashion, we can't stay up to date. But this can, the app can. So that's your best way to keep up, except for a weather radio, maybe, which you can get at Ace Hardware. So just want to make sure you understand that. And that's why I'm not constantly on social media trying to post every warning. It's too much and it gets lost in everything else that's there. And it's just not good. It's just not safe and it's not good. But when you get instant warnings on your phone, that's more relevant and it's much, much better. So, keep that in mind. In the meantime, God bless. Thank you for watching on this Sunday morning, and I'll see you later.